to make sure you put that downwind. Alright, just like upwind. So obviously, yeah, if you got that blowing that way, that goes that side. Right? Also, check your petrol, check your oil in the pump, in this as well. Alright. If it's cold, you'll have to put choke on, but I've had it running already. Right, so once you've got it fired up with the choke on, switch it off because it'll belch you out a load of crap. Alright. When you're not running, when you finish with it, switch the fuel off, which is the bottom one. Okay? Also you need it switched on. And then you got an on-off button just there. Alright? Yeah, you use the generator. So these valves, right? This one's a separate, a water separator on it, right? Basically, that's going to get condensate out of it, water and oil, right? So you want to drain that fairly regular when you're running it. It says on the back of here, what was it, 15 minutes.
Yeah. You did say to me to drain that off into a tin, didn't you? Because it's
it's actually got
hazardous
stuff in it. If you drain it into a can, keep the can next to the compressor, when we come down we'll dispose of it for you.
So.
Alright, but it says 15 minutes on here, but the more you do it, the better quality the air is for yourselves. Alright, while it's running, do it. So don't go winding it all the way out, you just need to crack it off, get a bit of water out of it. And you've got two more here, and they're on like springs. Alright, so hold that. And you do the same with them while it's running. You've got no pressure switch on it, so it won't switch off. So if you walk away from it, it'll just carry on going. You have got a safety valve on it, but in the event that the safety valve don't lift, if you leave it alone, it will blow up. Alright.
Great.
Well, I'll tell you that, I mean, I have to say that to you because you can't believe the amount of nuggets use it and then, complain about it after they've lost an hand. If you get this, and it's up to, I've got 100 bars worth of pressure in that. Right, if I pumped it up to 200 bar and then stood here and pointed at your mate and undone that quick, it could hurt him. If you pointed at an eye, it would just blow the eye clean out your socket. Alright, so it is really, really dangerous stuff. So at the minute you've got 100 bar in there. This is, it's only finger tight. Alright, so if I get hold of that, right, there's a lot of pressure and no volume in there. Alright, there's next to no air in it. Alright, so it's a lot of pressure in it. So what we'll do, we'll start it up again. Obviously try and make sure you don't leave that O-ring out there. Alright, so there's an O-ring in there, make sure it stays in there because otherwise if you connect it up it'll just piss air out everywhere. Well, yeah, I've got a docking bay just there on it, so don't throw it on the floor, especially if the fire brigade are watching. If you lob it on the floor and there's muck on there, you'll look daft. And that's just 200 bar, so if you pointed it at somebody it would hurt them. I've started filling this cylinder up. Everything's finger tight. I mean, I know there's a lot of pressure behind there, but the O-ring does the seal is it's just finger tight. Don't go mad with it. The same with this, because that's just made of brass. Right. I've had it with the fire brigade, to be honest. They've got these, and the amount of times I've had to replace them because I put the mole grips on them.
Yeah.
You what, just
Do you have to, say you've got a couple of bar in that now?
Yeah.
Do you need pressure in that before you start this process, or you can just put that on empty?
You could put it on empty, but to be honest, I want you to leave pressure in the system, because while you've got pressure and it's sealed off, it's not got atmosphere pressure in there, and you're winding down the hours on the cartridge constantly. Alright, so leave it with a little bit of pressure in. Alright, so I've got it coupled up. Right, as you can see, finger, just stay at this in a sec. Right, that has now put pressure to there. Alright, on this one you have to pull to open. Alright, so we now open that fully, but you have to keep pulling it out. Alright, so to stop, but don't go mad because you'll lock it. Right, it's got 100 bar in there now. Same again. Same again, turn the cylinder off first, because if you don't and you try to take this off, you don't get that off with pressure between there and there. So if you try to take this off while there's pressure in it, there's a safety valve in there that just basically vents the atmosphere to tell you you've got it wrong. Right, so it's shut now. You'll get all your getting air as a hiss as this vents out that little bit of air in there. Right, and now you can undo it safely. And obviously once you've got it off, screw it back into its docking bay. Right. Same again.
You didn't explain the trip hazard, Joe.
Oh no, sorry about that. It needs to be yellow, that does. Right. So we've got that off here. What I tend to do is I tend to vent out this, right? Because then at least,
straight after.
yeah, I mean it's made of mild steel and stuff. It's just going to end up with, you know, water and rust and rubbish in there.
As soon as you finish doing what you're doing, take it off, drop it
Vent
off.
that, but leave these two nipped up. Your fingertip, that's all you need on them.
And you always empty them as soon as before you put the bottle on.
Yeah, when I do, if that was running, that's going to take probably 20 minutes or more to fill.
So you're leaving the gold with pressure in it until
Yeah.
your engine's fired up again.
Yeah.
And then you'll vent just
See,
some of the ramel out.
Now that's open like that, right, what it'll tend to do is it'll help it do a soft start.
Yeah.
Because it's not, any pressure it's making, it's just coming straight out. Alright?
Yeah.
So, if we wanted to run it now, if it comes up when it's not connected to those.
Right. Well, you lads want to have a play. Mr. David, you can answer all the questions.
Yeah, I'll give it a go.
Good lad.
Come on, Dave, come on.
Don't get brave now, Kevin.
fault, yeah.
If someone else is in the fray.
You left that open.
Yeah.
We got it on.
It's off at the minute.
Yeah, I'm looking for that.
Couple it up first.
Couple it up first. You didn't do that last time, did you?
That's because I switched it off and then coupled it up.
I got you.
Right, so I've done exactly what you've just done, mate.
Is that how you did it?
I just wanted it to go bang.
Yeah, safety valve would have lifted hopefully.
It says 237 on that safety valve and we're on to... Surely it's that way.
It is.
Oh, my gas.
Yeah.
It's opposite thread, isn't it?
You get it, pull it out, push that in. Yeah. Right, so
You're watching, boys?
slack in.
She's not. Well, it's out, so it's like... So you've got it. She's started.
It's a bit awkward, isn't it?
Yeah, it can be a little bit awkward. You just have to jiggle them slightly, and obviously if you can't do it by hand, then
What's that say on it now?
It's
200 bar.
Oh. If I pull it,
No,
close first.
open that one up. So let the air in.
Yeah.
Right, now open that one. Do the other way.
That's open, isn't it?
That's it, I thought it twinged.
Yeah. Right. Now you can fire it up.
Yeah, when the bottle's already off full though, that will tell you it's in it already when it's get off. That's it then.
Then it's empty.
Once you get to your 200 bar,
Close.
drop it.
Close that.
Lee, can you have a go, mate? Mr. Lee,
Yeah, I've already done that. Yeah,
That go.
hey? There you are.
Get your little lace,
What?
then you can undo
Can you have a play?
yeah when it's finished.
Oh, sorry, wait, I thought you said you're doing it, sorry, mate.
I get it.
There's a few moves there, aren't there?
Yeah. Right, so make it clear.
Yeah.
Connect it to your buckle.
Yeah.
And then start it up, because otherwise it'll fire up so quick. When it's having air in,
Yeah.
it'll get up to pressure so quick, somebody's going to catch it when it's lifting off, and it'll.
So always make sure it's turned off before you bang it on there and turn it, and it'll just go up to where it is.
Connect it first,
Yeah.
then fire it
Then get up to 200 bar, drop it off, take
up. Yeah,
Did you hear that?
release that, take it off, job done, yeah?
because otherwise
I've
somebody's
got
going. I mean, I must admit, I got caught out a minute ago how quick it did fill up.
You don't connect it while it's running.
Put it on firstly.
Put the tank on first.
Right, do that one first.
Otherwise we're going to look very silly. Just shoot one of the fibre men with the button.
So connect it up first, then.
This one.
Yeah. It's a bit of a twat.
These are technical terms, are they?
Yeah.
Stay away from the trip hazard, please, Darren.
Easy, isn't it?
It's got that, what do you call it?
That's it.
That's it.
Let's connect that one, then let's do this one here.
Yeah, just make sure there's no...
That's it. You're right.
Yeah,
Yeah, you go a bit
that
more.
way.
That's it.
You'll feel it, go.
It'll just go slightly about a little bit of a turn.
Yeah,
That it.
That's your up.
You'll know if you ain't got it right, because as soon as you try to open the cylinder, it'll vent out here.
yeah.
That's it, now turn it. You ain't got it on properly.
Back it off then,
Alright, so turn that a little bit more. Got it?
You'll feel it, it'll just go...
That's it.
That's it.
That's swan on.
Yeah, make sure when you do open the main valve on the cylinder, that the cylinder is fully open, because if you only partially open it,
Yeah.
what you then try to do is trying to force a lot of pressure past a
Against it.
partially open valve, and you create a lot of heat.
Well,
Alright.
listen, boys.
It's an egg file.
So switch it on, that's it.
Close that. Close
So do it backwards now.
it. Pull it. And turn. That's him there. Now just crack that off.
That's it.
You can do that one.
Then drop that one out, yeah.